In a small, forgotten valley surrounded by snow-capped mountains, there lived a young boy named Rafi and his widowed mother, Sakina. Their wooden cottage stood at the edge of a pine forest, where the wind whispered secrets and birds sang lullabies. Life was simple but hard. Sakina made herbal medicines and stitched clothes for travelers. They didn't have much to eat, but their hearts were full of love. Every morning before school, Rafi would stand beside his mother as she gently placed her hand on his head and said, "Go with courage, my son. And remember, a mother's prayer travels faster than the wind." Rafi always smiled, not knowing that one day, her prayer would do far more than he could ever imagine. Herb the injured wolf pup. One evening, while returning from collecting firewood, Rafi heard faint whimpers from the forest. Following the sound, he found a small wolf pup, barely breathing, its paw caught in a hunter's trap. Most children would have run. But Rafi. He knelt, carefully, he freed the pup and carried it home. Sakina's eyes widened when she saw it. "A wolf, Rafi? It's just a baby, Ami. Look at its eyes." Its silver eyes held no anger, only fear and pain. Sakina sighed, then smiled gently. "Fine. But we will keep it only until it's strong." Rafi named him Zar, meaning gold, because of the golden patch on its chest. Wolf face a strange bond. Zar healed slowly. But instead of returning to the wild, he stayed. He followed Rafi to school, waited outside till he came back, and even howled softly when Rafi was sad. Children were scared at first, but soon they too saw how gentle the wolf pup was. Zar wasn't just a pet. He was a protector. A friend, candle the illness and the storm. Winter arrived early that year. Snow blanketed the valley, and food grew scarce. One night, Sakina collapsed while cooking. Her skin was burning with fever, and her voice became a whisper. The village healer shook his head. "She needs medicine from the city. But the roads are blocked. No one can cross the pass now." Rafi sat beside his mother, his tiny fingers wrapped around hers. She opened her eyes and whispered, "Rafi. Go. Save me. But don't be afraid. My prayer will fly with you." Rafi stood, wiped his tears, and looked at Zar. "I can't do this alone." Zar stood, tail high, eyes glowing. He was ready. Snow-capped mountain through the frozen mountains. Rafi and Zar set out before dawn. The mountains were cruel, cold winds cut like blades, and snow hid the paths. But the boy and the wolf moved like shadows. When Rafi slipped, Zar pulled him up. When wolves howled in the distance, Zar howled louder, warning them, "This boy is mine." They crossed frozen rivers, dodged falling rocks, and slept under trees. Rafi's lips turned blue. He couldn't go on. That night, Zar curled around him, warm and loyal, never closing his eyes. Hospital. The miracle in the city. After 3 days, barely alive, they reached the city. Rafi collapsed at the hospital gate, holding his mother's shawl. The doctors rushed. Nurses gasped when they saw the wolf guarding him like a soldier. Sakina was treated. Her fever broke. She opened her eyes and whispered, "Where? Where is Rafi?" A nurse smiled. "Your son crossed the mountains with a wolf. He brought your life back with his courage." Fast, boy and wolf save mother. Headline said, Rafi and Zar became heroes. A charity paid for Sakina's treatment. Rafi was offered admission in a top city school. But he had one condition: only if Zar comes with me. Zar, once a wounded pup, now walked proudly beside him, no longer a wild animal, but a brother in fur. Glowing star. Moral of the story: a mother's prayer can cross frozen mountains, and the love between a child and an animal can melt even the coldest nights. Kindness, courage, and loyalty make miracles happen.